Hey folks, man, it's Byron again here, testifying for Jesus Christ. I'm going to cover yet another dream from the past. This was a 2011 dream. I've previously recorded it. My personal feeling right now is the Lord wants me to go back and refresh these things, and that's what I'm doing. In this particular dream, I started outside of a city. I was looking down on it as if I was looking down on a hill. I could see very well what was going on with the city. Suddenly, I came close to the city, to the point that I began to hear sprinkler systems come on. And out of the sprinkler system, there was a mist. And as I was walking with this mist, a burning started on my skin. It forced me to run and go inside a building. As I was going in, I looked at a number on the building 17. I went in there, other people were in there and still coming in. Then we closed the door. We began to wash whatever that was on our skin off. Yet suddenly we realized we had been gassed out of the streets and into buildings that were already prepared for us. These were World War II style barracks. I want to say the word Stalag. That's a German prisoner of war, Stalag 13 or whatever. That's where they kept people as prisoners of war. But we were there, and we had a drill sergeant type person in the room with us, and like an assistant drill sergeant person in the room with us. The drill sergeant got up in front of us and said, "I remember when I used to think like you guys, but now I think differently." And he began to talk about another God, a God I was not used to, some other God. I assume, based on the information that I know now, he was talking about the antichrist, and that he was going to teach us, indoctrinate us to the point that we were going to bow down to this antichrist. That little small session that we were having in that building stopped. We were taken into a large auditorium. All of us were assembled into an auditorium. And there it just continued more. It was like many drill sergeants were standing up front. All of us people were in there. And something happened and ended up, I went down front. Got down to the point where I was face to face with this man. And as he was talking, I took my hands and put them around his neck. I wasn't touching him. It was up to the point that it looked like I was just about to get a hold of him. And he began to choke without me choking him. And he saw there was a power within me that was not just necessarily a natural human power. And then for some reason, we all some word was yelled. We all ran out of the building and ran back into our barracks. As we were running back into our barracks, I heard people saying, "Man, did you see what just happened?" And et cetera, et cetera. And then shortly afterwards, the dream ended. As it was ending, people were marveling of what had happened with me and the drill sergeant. And that was the end of it. My personal belief is people saw God working through a person. And they saw that there was a man down front telling them to acknowledge and worship a man instead of Jehovah. Yet they saw Jehovah through a man overcoming the man teaching them. Now that's how I think the game played out right there. Go to Daniel. I want to go there real quick. I don't have it pulled up, but I want to go there real quick. I want you to read. I want you to hear exactly what is said there. Daniel 11. We'll start 28 verse, something like that. Let me get to the right spot. In 32, their exploits is mentioned both times. One is not dealing with Christians. This one is, though. Listen to this. Daniel 11:32. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. This is the time that the Antichrist, the big dude on the world, stands up and all that stuff. But it says, "And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt with flatteries." Meaning the Antichrist is going to flatter his way among the wicked. And I can tell you that's already happened. Obama, dude, he's already flattered the whole world. He's going to have all kind of folks working for him. And I can just give you some examples. He's flattered the homosexual community. He's flattered the people that entered into the United States illegally. He provided them things such as that. When he stands back up, he's going to have so many people on his side because he's been taking care of them. But those people have already established a lawlessness, a wickedness, and that ties in with 2 Thessalonians, where the word wicked refers to the Antichrist. Anyway, let me keep going. Let me just start reading it again. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall be corrupt by flatteries. But the people that know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And I'm going to tell you something. What I just described in that dream right there was people that know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, they shall be holpen. Holpen, King James Version, is help. They shall be helped. My grandfather, King, on my mother's side, born in 1910, I actually heard him use the word hope. That's not going to hope you too much. And that was an older English word that's pretty much vanished from our vocabulary today, but it's literally written right here. Verse 34 again. Now when they shall fall, talking about those Christians, those that know their God, that shall be strong and do exploits. It says, now when they shall fall, they shall be holpen with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. Folks, I don't understand everything that's written right there, and I could spend time. I didn't jump in here to talk about this and to make a real great explanation of Daniel 11. What I did jump in here and show you about is that how this dream pertains to that, and how that if you have been like I have in my life, been exposed to people that tell you Christians aren't going to be around for that, I want to explain to you and to make it very clear, not to put down pre-tribulation rapture teaching. I'm just going to tell you, this Bible right here tells you very plainly, there are people that know their God. Their God represents Jehovah. Let me just see what that word used right there in 32 is in the Hebrew. Elohim, right there. Elohim. Those people that know their God, Elohim, shall be strong and do exploits. I know Elohim. I know him. I know Jesus Christ. I know that the Lord showed me this dream that I'm going to be here, at least in the United States, when the Antichrist stands up, as the Lord has revealed to me. And I know that it's not just me, but there's many people who will not compromise, and they will be strong and do exploits, just as the scriptures tell us. So I pray for you. We have a road ahead of us that is contrary to what many people in Christendom has led us to believe. However, if we were seeking the truth, we have found the truth. And the Lord Jesus Christ has brought us to the truth. And He alone is one who will keep us in truth and through the time of trouble that's coming. Like I said in a video not long ago, I'll say it again today. And the word holpen right here is used. But whether we are a martyr for Christ's sake, because it says many shall fall, we are going to be saved by the blood of the Lamb, overcome Satan, overcome the devil and his Antichrist on this earth, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. That's your answer. Byron, what's the battle plan? We're going to overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Let's just go there, man. It's Revelation. I think it's 18, but see how wrong I am. 12. Revelation 12:11. I don't know why I was thinking about 18. Probably Babylon over there. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuseth them before our God day and night. And they overcame him. Who did they overcome? Who is this him? The accuser of the brethren. Now, earlier in this chapter, he talks about the woman was going to be delivered. And this accuser, that old Satan, the serpent, stood ready to devour her. But if you go into the scriptures and read in the Gospels, you're going to find out there was actually a physical man trying to find Jesus Christ. I want to say Herod. Man, I get the names mixed up. But the king that was around at the time of Jesus Christ, he was the one after Jesus. Joseph took Jesus into Egypt for refuge during that period. Well, that is your antichrist at that time. That is the one that Satan, that old serpent, dealt through at that time. In the future, Obama, period. I mean, it was one time somebody said Obama. I didn't believe it because the Lord hadn't revealed it to me. Now he has, and he's going to be revealed to all people. This video is about being indoctrinated to worship him. This is not going to happen with me, man. It's not going to happen with you. You're going to be prepared. You're not going to believe the lie. You're going to believe I got to be on board and ready to make it through this. And I'm overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they love not their lives unto death. That's straight out of Scripture, man. That's just right, straight up and down. Revelation chapter 12, verse 11, plain English. There you have it. Can't get around it. It's right there. And they loved not their lives unto death. However, I will tell you this, man, you're going to be hoping. And even in death, you will be hoping. So at the very moment that you are cut off from this body or absent from this body, you will be present with the Lord. Paul states that. For to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. 2 Corinthians 5:8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. So come on. That's it, man. You know, when they get ready to do these things, you will be hoping. When these things transpire, you will be strong. And when these things come going on, like people talking about all the stuff that's going to happen, and they leave out the part of the exploits. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They don't give you all the whole truth. The truth is there's going to be exploits. Like I put my arms up close to that man's neck, and he choked because of the power of God working through me. Just the other night, I shared one dream where 4 men were surrounding me, and I started a testimony for Jesus. They fell out. 20 people, 20 cars down the way, all people standing beside those cars, they all fell out. The power of God was so strong right there on the point, right at the point where somebody would say, hey, these guys were quote unquote New World Order folk. They were going to get Byron, right? Well, I saw them all fall out by the power of God right there before my very eyes. Exploits, man. That's what it is. So it's coming. Be strong in the Lord. Stick with people that are talking truth, man. The truth is bad times are coming. The truth is you can overcome this. The truth is the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony is how you overcome the devil, Satan, and his minions here on this earth. You can't hide from it. It's plain English. It's right there. So hang in there, folks. Man, be strong in the Lord. Pray. Ask for the Lord to reveal things to you. Ask him to shed light on you. And one little footnote, I did do a video, titled it Nephilim, and something to do with, what was that word? Forensics. I took it off because the Lord gave me a dream in the middle of the night, right after I had loaded it, that made me think I may have gone about that in a wrong way. I'm going to reshare the same information in a better way, in a right way, so that hopefully it's easier to follow. So it'll come out, maybe not in the next 24 hours or so, but it will be back. So thank you. Have a good one.